Hello everybody, I'm Peter Galope and today I'm giving you another character breakdown. But this time we're going to be addressing one of the top fighters in Eternal Power, even though he was one of the more earlier ones to be eliminated, Kahseral from Universe 11, the Slashing Warrior. Now here you see how Kahseral looks in his other non-Pride Trooper outfit. Really, they really should have explained why Topo wears his Pride Trooper's outfit, but for some reason Kahseral wears this outfit, and then they're not even keeping him in this outfit because then they give him into that other outfit, that the Pride Trooper outfit. I mean, does that make sense? Did I ever explain that? Why that's the case? But yes, I could be really wondering why the fuck does Kahseral wear a different outfit. But I'm not going to, because maybe he just, prefers to wear this outfit, but the Pride Trooper outfit has some kind of a advantage, like Freezer armor had, when it came like that their armor actually can be stretchable and it's so easy to put on or something. Who knows really. Now let's break down Kahseral. Now, by the way we have saw him in the battles, he seems to be more of a hand-to-hand fighter, which does make sense. And his moves seem to be basically like what he's called, a slashing warrior. So he basically slashes. Although we don't see much of him slashing, we can just guess that he's, these blade strikers. Now, his abilities are energy blasts, energy weapons, and flight. Although also there are energy bombs or something, and he possibly has a few other techniques or something, but he was only shown all these more specifically because they made the most amount of sense, but I don't really see that much. And even the whole flying thing, I only know that he can do that because he states in one episode that he cannot fly. Because of the wires when he tried to rescue a cat. Now his equipment just seems to be a communicator he pretty much has on his ears. This couldn't really be counted as equipment like Basil's drug fruit or Pepperoni's Familiar's free staff or something, but I'm just gonna say this. Now his fighting tactic seems to be teaming up with Dispo or fighting until he's defeated or that. Pretty straightforward to be honest, because he doesn't. Although with Dispo he only really team up with him at the beginning, but then stopped teaming up with him. But that was because I'm pretty sure Topo told him to do that. But considering they seem to be a really good team. Yeah, I'm guessing that he's basically teaming up with Dispo in his battles. And fight until he's dead or defeated does make sense because even they were losing, I mean, they possibly had a more 50-50 chance of winning. He's fought on as long as possible, as long as he possibly can. So I'm guessing that he fights until he dies or just cannot be able to fight anymore or something like that. Who knows? Now his weakness seems to be that he's not incredibly super duper overpowered when it comes to general sense. And what I mean with this is, I'm guessing he's like the top 4 fighters. So I'm gonna be comparing him to the top 3 fighters, which are Jiren, Topo, and Dispo. Now Jiren is said to be being favored to be stronger than a god of destruction. Even though I think they're stating that the mortal can survive that or something, he can somehow contradict the effect of those instant death tactic abilities that have god of destructions. So comparing him to Jiren is ridiculous. But comparing him to Dispo is a lot easier because Dispo, is super fast, possibly like the fastest fighter in the Tournament of Power. So with him, it's kind of easier to say. So yes, he's definitely this player is the fastest. So Kahseral doesn't have the speed advantage, and the power advantage Topo and Geo and half is ridiculous. Oh, he might even be the fourth strongest. Now to his strategy and tactics. Well, there's Topo, who possibly is a better leader, or definitely is a better leader because he's a no. In the meantime, Topo is a leader, and this was a captain. So how many of these leaders are there? I mean, are these just all these guys just leaders, just a different rank or something, like Captain Dispo, Captain Coco, and la. Is it like that or something with them? Yeah. So compared to anyone else, so yes, he's not incredibly duper overpowered. I mean, even 18 wasn't like that super concerned about him. So yeah, I mean, most of these fighters in the power just seem to be just had the only weakness being the fact that they're not super duper overpowered. Now, let's address his captain in terms of power. He was basically there to be, you know, that jabroni captain from Universe 11. But in the end, he was actually the more, you know, more respectable fighters. I mean, he knew that Universe is in stakes, but he didn't want to abandon it or trust a bunch of inexperienced kids. Even though if there's a leader, a general, a captain, there's a huge army. So maybe they're the only ones with there are not that many of them. They have powers. Who the fuck knows? I mean, let's say we get a Universe 11 spin-off when they're all teenagers or something. Because if they weren't teenagers, that will be ridiculous how overpowered they would be. And I'm sorry for the noise in the background. Now yeah, he was basically seen as this jabroni of Universe 11. Probably the most noticeable and more you know, most, probably the one of these more memorable jabronis, or at least as much as they can be. Well, since they're jabronis. But he was pretty damn. But he was actually one of the more nicer ones. I mean, he fucking. I mean, knew he had to, you know, speak to Topa about whole universe destruction deal, but instead he decided to help them. Which is kind of contradictory since removed, maybe because it was the mistake in the whole translation or something, but Remus said that he conquered many planets. So maybe he's supposed to be like that good, the one that helps the most or something, but who really knows? But, well, I'm guessing that we're not going to see much of him. Seriously, I mean, the animation seems to, like, spend a bunch of, at least have their episodes basically keeping the animation recycling or something, but they never seem to be making a commentary about how these other fighters react. I mean, seriously, can't you, like, you know, give them something like how we would react to something? I don't know, really. I guess with Kahseral, he would probably just say that they can handle it, that they trust them and those stuff, but who knows? No, I'm Peter Golop. I hope you like this video. I hope you leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. See ya!